All right, ladies and gents. The last live stream I did, my internet just completely stopped for some reason on the laptop. Hopefully now the internet is good. Yes, no idea why. We are back on. How we doing, brother? Yes, sir. How did you first learn to optimize and refine PPC campaigns when you first launched your clients' campaigns? This is going to be a mind-boggling answer. YouTube. I just YouTubed like Amazon advertising tutorial, Amazon advertising training. YouTube, man. I also, shortly after the first month of working with the client, bought some consulting. I paid this one guy like $150 for like an hour of 2 hours of his time. And he showed me some of his strategies, and he'd been doing it for like a year. I mean, learning a new skill is actually very easy if you have lots of time. And it doesn't cost much with YouTube. So, yeah. You can learn anything. Just got to put your mind to it. Mr. Morning Blue, it is a pleasure to connect with you. Have you ever done LinkedIn automation to get clients? Yes, I have. We use a software called Meet Alfred, and it is a decent part of our current inbound marketing process. And it was once a process that we utilized for outbound marketing as well for getting clients. We also used it for some time in Agency Enlightened and signed a couple of clients. Back when Agency Enlightened was called Lead Gen Enlightened. In 2018, we launched Lead Gen Enlightened. It was primarily just about marketing for agencies, and then realized that that's not enough. You need to help agency owners with everything. And so we shut it down to the public, and yeah. Awesome. Do you send a pitch message after they connect, or do you send content / case study? Yeah, generally we would utilize that tool in a couple different ways. We wouldn't use the regular approach of like trying to automate the entire thing with just cold messages. We would just utilize that for the automation of the connection. And then once we were connected, then we would either send them a Trojan horse video, okay? Or we would send them a personalized Loom, which is similar to a Trojan horse video, except it would be just more focused around, hey, I love your guys' brand. I wanted to connect with you. And it's a pleasure to connect. It depends on the prospect, but it's definitely not 100% automated. And I don't think you should try to automate everything, especially not getting clients. To try to automate everything is counterproductive. Like there's this good quote in Y Combinator that one of the founders always talks about. He says, do things that don't scale. And doing things that don't scale is actually a very important thing that you need to consider. Trying to automate everything is terrible because it's counterproductive and people will feel that it's automated. Even though Trojan horse marketing can be automated, like 2 years into it, I was like, let me just try this manually. And we did it manually and it worked very well. So you can automate parts, but when it comes to the relationship building aspect, in my opinion, you should put some damn time and energy into it because it's not going to work, especially when everybody in the market is doing it. And you see all these posts of people who are like, LinkedIn automation connection outreach is not performing well. Well, if that's the case, then you should probably do the opposite. There's this other good quote by Zig Ziglar. He says, when everybody's zigging, you should zag. And so if you see everybody doing one thing, you should do the opposite. And so what is the opposite of what everyone's doing? What's the opposite of automation? It's manual. And that's why I like Trojan horse marketing in manual format using Looms. Yeah, it takes you 2-3 minutes to manually send a Loom video, but your response rate is much higher. You're going to sign more clients, etc. So yes, more focused on connection. Right. It's not working like it used to a few years ago. Yeah, a couple years ago, it worked pretty well. And you know what? The fully automated approach using Meet Alfred or any LinkedIn connection software actually works quite well in countries like Germany or Spain or these countries that haven't, yet caught on and it's new to them. So you also need to put into context like, okay, this might be destroyed in America or Canada, United States or Canada, but maybe this will work in Sweden. Maybe this will work in Germany. And so it's okay to still test it. You should test it. But exactly. If these gurus, quote unquote, if these strategies aren't being utilized in that country, then it's still a blue ocean. And that's why there's so much potential in those other countries, man. I swear to God, like I've seen people, I saw this one guy copy Sam Ovens' program and just replicate it in Germany, and it just crushed. He started making like $500,000 a month. And I'm not joking when I say copy, like it's damn near the exact same. So, yeah, you got a lot of potential to make money in this world if you're like from Brazil or from Philippines or from Germany or anything. I mean, maybe that might work, Is it possible to start a business and smoke weed and drink alcohol? Yeah, sure. Why not? Are you going to scale that business as fast as you would if you stopped? Probably not. I would say definitely not. Angel, love your content. What are your thoughts on 1 call closes versus 2 call closes? 1 call closes, Angel, are fantastic for programs. Like Agency Enlightened is going to be a 1 call sales process close. And amazing. Like the 2-call process does not make sense for a program, especially when the program is quite heavily marketed or talked about, and it's inbound marketing primarily. I mean, when an agency Enlighten launches, we're going to use one-step sales. But for an agency, like for your service-based business, it's a 2-step close. And why is that? It's because these agencies, they have, somebody's calling me. You're going to build a lifelong relationship with this client. You're getting married to the client. It's a marriage. It is not a one-night stand. And a lot of people treat it like a one-night stand. And a one-night stand is a 1-call close. You're like forcing the close. It's awkward, man. You're like, all right, let's go. It's $2,500 a month. I haven't even audited your account, and I'm going to tell you that I can help you. It doesn't make sense. In my opinion, you really need to do a 2-step close. One, because you need to do an audit. We call it audit-based selling for a reason. You just need to do a damn audit. You need to do your due diligence and research, and you need to basically hop on a discovery call. That's the first call, 15-minute call, maybe 20 minutes at most. You can do 30 minutes if it's a really good, great call and you're vibing and you're building a connection and you enjoy the call. That's totally fine. Go for it if you want to go 30 minutes and you're more extroverted. But just, be like Sherlock Holmes and ask questions and get a deep understanding of what this person is looking for, what their business is like, and if you can actually truly help them. And build a relationship, right? And so if you do a good job there, then what you can do is you can tell that person, look, I'm going to do an audit on your account because it sounds like, based on what you told me, there might be potential for us to help you. Okay, great. There's potential. And then you do the audit and then you do the sales call. And if, a lot of them clients for us don't close on the second call. They'll usually come back like a few days later, a week later, 2 weeks later, and they'll close. Maybe 50% close on the second call. I don't know. I'd have to ask Destiny. It's changed over the years. I'm starting THM in Latin America. Blue Ocean high demand services strategy has 100% not being used. I have no idea what will happen. Cool, brother. I'm pumped. Pumped to see how it works for you. I would not automate it. I would do it manually. Gabriel, I forget how to pronounce your name. Gabriel, I'm referring to you, brother. There's a guy in our company named Gabriel and Gabriel, and we call him G. So I'm going to call you G. Use a love-based approach. I know that I made a THM video where I talk about calling out the mistakes that the companies are using. In my opinion, it's better to actually use an approach where you say, hey, love your brand. I love what you guys are doing. And I just wanted to give you a few, I think you guys could grow a lot faster. And I wanted to give you a few pointers on how I think you could do that. There's this thing called XYZ. I do this to basically help increase efficiencies or automation to help you increase your margins and decrease labor cost or whatever it is. And I think you guys can utilize this, and give them some advice. Don't say you're making these mistakes and it's costing you this much money and blah, blah, blah. Like that's worked for us and you could do it. But in my opinion, it's actually better to do the opposite based on testing that we've done and the responses we've gotten from a more love-based approach. KJG Taylor, do you know ways to turn cold emailing into the THM format? I mean, the THM system is cold emailing, dude. So that is cold emailing is THM, except with videos. Angel, great, thanks. I just hopped off a call with Anton. The website is ready to launch and it is amazing. Thank you so much for the contact. No worries. I'm happy to be of service. Taylor, Sam advised you to start a course many years ago. How come you've waited until now? Ryan, I actually started a course in 2017. It was called the PPC AMS Accelerator, and it was a course for businesses on Amazon, and we helped them teach them how to run their own Amazon advertising. So instead of doing done-for-you management, which our agency does, we launched that course and started selling it, and that thing got to like, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, maybe it was 70,000 a month in like 4 months. It might've been Might have been 80,000. I don't know. I think it was 60, but it reached a ridiculous level of revenue and profit. I mean, we're talking about like 80% profit in like 4 months. And then I realized I really didn't want to do that. And so I sold my half of the company to my partner, Sean Smith, and he's still running it. You can search it up. I'll send you the link. It's called PPC AMS Accelerator.com. And his name is Sean Smith, my old partner, amazing guy. We're still friends. We talk every week on Friday. And so 4 months after that company launched, I decided to leave it. And I launched Lead Gen Enlightened, which launched in 2018. And then I closed Lead Gen Enlightened towards the end of that year. We have about 40 or 45 agency owners in that program. And then I focused very hard on the agency for 2019 and 2020. And that was really when we really exploded, and we went from about, I don't know, 25,000, 35,000 a month to 100,000 plus per month. And now I'm building Agency Enlightened because, I feel like now our agency has accomplished a level of success, which is like, okay, now I feel like I can really tackle this project of teaching all the different aspects of an agency, like the foundations, which is mindset, which is, niche selection, ideal client, avatar. Then you have marketing, then you have sales, and you have operations, HR, and finance. Those 6 core sectors of an agency. So, yeah, you usually show your agency MR, but how much do you pay yourself as the CEO as a salary? Right now, it's $7,000 per month. Normally, it's a bit higher. I don't like to talk about salaries because we have a bunch of team members, and that's the one thing we don't share is salaries. The leadership team can see the salaries of everybody, but we don't share salaries because you can get drama and people comparing themselves to other people, and you don't want that. So open book management, we share all the numbers of our finances. Everybody can see the numbers of everything. But that one detail is closed, and it's better closed. Why didn't you want to do it? Interesting. Thanks for answering. Why didn't I want to do what? The Amazon course thing? How much in total have you spent on books behind you? I don't know. At least a few $1,000s on books over my lifetime. Yeah. All right, you guys, I got to hop on a call with this kid who is a friend of a friend, wants to start an agency. And gonna hop on a call with him. I did a coaching call last week, man, I haven't done a coaching call in years. I don't think I've years, literally a couple of years, if not a year and a half. And it went really well. The kid was doing 0 MRR, but he had a couple clients in the past, and it went really well. And I like talking about this stuff. So anyways, you guys, thank you for coming on this live. This has been beautiful. Ryan Syntax, I'll have to answer that on another live. It's mainly just because my heart was with the agency, and it still is with the agency. So the course now is a beautiful thing that is now possible because the agency is in a place where I can spend time on it. And I don't obviously manage clients or anything like that. So you guys, much love. This has been beautiful. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. CST. All right, ciao.